Hello, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you're having a great start to the week. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day in the US. Me, I know they celebrate, but to those that are celebrating, now well done, no. Hey, BBMJ. Wow. Okay, you're my first person showing up to say I get first people guests now for give am to you. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate you. BB, how are you doing? Long time. I trust you're well though. I'm very, very sure you're well. How's everyone? Hey, love A, welcome. Thank you. I hope you can hear me clearly. Please let me know if you can hear me clearly. When not beside I talk to myself, you know. Sometimes when you're doing these things, you're not sure if your audio, if you're as clear as you need to be. How na day now? This topic is not a small something, no. Eh? This topic is not a small something. Thank you very much. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you, lovey. BB, welcome. Thank you, guys. So let's get right into it. But me, I'm not going to stay 4 hours. Abi, how many hours that we did that Obudu? Mbanu. I'm not following people to do that one. The max I'm going to give you people is 1.5 hours. Hmm? Anybody when will fight me on top of that one, I don't need to tell you. So this matter, my people, is a critical something. No? Hey, Egbami. I'm so glad. When I saw Sister B's own, I was like, whoa. I almost cancelled this one because it was quite exhaustive on her show. But I figured, you know what? Like they said, advice, just keep because there's no end to these conversations. There's no end to it at all. So anyway, you guys can see what the title is material wealth or are material wealth and age a deal breaker in marriages, right? Is it a deal breaker? And when we talk about material wealth, we're talking about the things that eyes can see: cars, money, the good life, as they put it, traveling Paris here, tomorrow Spain, next tomorrow. Yeah, Mirabelle in the house. Mirabelle in the house. Welcome, my darling. Good to see you. Great input on Obodo TV, of course. Mirabelle, that was wonderful. Are material wealth and age deal breakers in relationships? What do you guys think? Let's talk about this. Material wealth, like I was saying, we're talking about cars, right? People have money, they have what eyes can see: big house, big mansion. They have the chefs and the cooks and all the domestic staff at their beck and call. They can fly wherever they need to fly. Some people have private jets, all those things that world people like to hear and see, you know. Mirabelle, I shouldn't call anyone else. Now one for you. Okay, all right. I will try. When I hear Mirabelle, they police me. Anyway, yeah. So some people they when they like all those kind of things, and like we heard tonight, some people believe that if you don't have those things, then you can't measure up to them. Again, I'm not trying to, for me, I know they try to police anybody. I personally believe people like what they like. No matter what you say, people are going to like what they like and choose what they want to choose. And I'm all for choices. You can say, hey, you want a six-pack, tall, dark, handsome six-pack, always in the gym person. Fine, that's good. Hey, as long as if you want to wait forever for it, that's your choice. You've made that choice and you're going to stand by it. So people have, for me, this whole thing about relationship and love and the rest is subjective. To each his own. But having been around the sun a couple of times, I personally think, hey BB, so good to hear you. I was so glad to hear your voice on Obodo. How now? Long time. How you doing? Trust
Oh,
your
my
well.
sister, we are there, trying to keep our head above water so we won't drown.
No, you won't. You won't,
We
my
they
sister.
try. Each day is a struggle, but
Wow.
we thank Jehovah. We're doing okay.
Right.
I was out. I was on my way back from my program, and
Okay.
we're not allowed to have phones. So, and as soon as I
Right.
got it, opened the phone like, I'm still what are you waiting still on? I'm going to join. I'm going to join. Even if I don't
Yeah.
know what the topic is, but it turned out to be something quite interesting and extremely relevant.
Yes.
Because I look at our country and I keep on thinking, was it like this when I was growing up? Because or was I so shielded from life that I did not know if this was happening? And then I try to look back at my little girl and I think, I don't think it was this intense. I don't think it was this driven. I had aunties and, and uncles then, and I don't think the message was that bad.
Mm-mm.
It
Yeah.
wasn't so if I no go agree. I don't think that intensity was there,
Right.
really. And I don't even think our mothers back then were that um materialistic. I don't think they preach that. Because if I remember very well, so many people their husbands were working in the government, Federal Ministry of Works was, so many people were doing that, and I don't think I heard that message wasn't passed across, at least for my upbringing. You could say maybe I was shielded or anything. But what it is right now is even the 5-year-old children are doing TikTok. I mean, and you ask yourself, why are they doing TikTok? It's either for fame or for money. And for me, that child does not know how to put two and two together to set up computer. Though some kids are geniuses and do, but you still need some kind of adult supervision. So if the adult doesn't okay it, you won't get to that point,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then when those
Yes.
kids are now exposed to those things that they see, where the auntie talkers and the uncle whatever are all projecting all kinds of nonsense as far as I'm concerned and toxicity in the name of having a discussion. And that little child is exposed to that. What do you now implement in their brain? What kind of moral will you now teach them that would be different from what they had? And these days, little things stay imprinted in people's mind. So imagine that child being exposed to such a thing and growing up with that mindset. How do you now start to remove it from their mind? Oh my, the thing they fear person, I don't go tell you lie. E dey
Mm.
fear me because I go say, no be this same internet wey all of us dey carry take look to do better thing. Why one person go just, I mean, why some people go just sit down and feel say, okay, now here now I go talk all the thing wey dey my belle. I mean, what happened to something called a bit of self-discipline and a bit of holding yourself back? I am okay with everybody sharing whatever they want to share, but you no go do see me finish on top social media now, because if we see you finish, wetin remain? Wetin you wan hide from us again? So this matter, on I no go lie you on my own, e dey fear me. Truly, speaking sincerely now from my heart, it's
Yeah.
really something that I worry about. God forbid person kpeme now, make I no dey there to chaperone my pikin. Wetin go dey her head? Wetin she go dey see? Who she go dey listen to? This kind rubbish people.
Ah,
it's
wow.
it's it's worrisome. And here I was, I dey bragado with all my people where I sabi wait from this side say, hey, Nigerians, we get morals, and then they talk like that, and then they do like that. If they hear this kind of thing, then go say, excuse me, which Nigeria were you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Exactly. Which
it's
Nigeria?
almost, honestly, it's almost at a disgraceful level that when did we become this? money hungry to the time they say morals these days, it be like say we put them under slippers, they were on top am so that nobody will even hear about them again.
Mm.
Ah, my sister, I no go lie you, if hear me, oh, afraid catch me well, well.
My sister,
Afraid
I
catch
know.
me well, well, because the discussion where they hear 10-year-olds they get, where they hear 13-year-olds they get. Omo, as of our time, 20 something year no even dream to get that kind of discussion again.
I'm telling you.
They know
Mm.
they dream that time to talk because now they really discuss adult issues, adult situations. And side chicken and side goats is everywhere to your long. They
It's
flaunt it in your
become it's
face.
become accepted. Mm-hmm.
It is so normal now that in fact, if you open your eye, talk, if you open your mouth, talk another one, person will follow you frown. Say, how
Yep.
dare you? Which planet you day? Can't you go with the flow? Eh? Uru flee ran oshiwo niyen.
Ah. Mm.
So as per your topic, my sister, if you find somebody, I think it was Sister Payemi that was talking, that agrees with you. I am still old school. There is nothing wrong in I enter house with you. You bring knife, I bring spoon. You bring table, I bring chair. We build together. If at the end of the day, ori ẹ bàjẹ́, and you say you decide you want to go to the moon, and you say, bros, I am still here on Earth. When you go, come back. If you see me, fine. If you don't see me, well, on your own. Everybody answer them, papa name. We don't all have to be rich. That should not even come up. If you have
At
enough and
all.
and besides, nobody looks at any human being and say, okay, in 3 years you're going to make it, so I can stay with you. Because nobody knows tomorrow. Eh? All of us say with the worker, so now one day everybody sit down, now put to say in head no correct, it starts fight. Today, everybody be affected. The person wey go dey for that country wey bin don dey plan for dem life better thing today they don't even know what to plan for anymore. And so you do things within the sphere and within the space you find yourself and who you find yourself with. And if you find a good man that is ready to go the long road with you, please put the riches, put the cars, put the clothes, put the shoes, the blings, pack am for one side. E go come. Because I never see anybody wey say, I no wan happy, but I ready to get all the money. If you get the money and the happiness no dey, there's nothing. I'm not going to, this is a bad example, but we have a situation of Davido and Choma. All the money wey dem get, now only one thing dem lose. That money means nothing. It
Nothing.
means
I'm telling,
absolutely nothing.
that's
I
a
can
great
assure
example.
you, I can assure you, Chioma will give everything she has and more to see one eyeball of her son moving. So all the money, all the flanger, all the noise that these so-called influencers are making, like I said, it is a mask. And you had mentioned it, there is something essentially missing from their childhood that they are all craving for. And they will do anything to get it by living the lifestyle that they claim will bring them that thing, but they will never see. If they are not true to themselves, it's all a hoax. Make I talk am like my dear President Trump. Now wash. Yes, so it's all a hoax.
Yeah.
It really is. Because when you look at someone like Davido, I mean, are we saying he doesn't have any?
Uh-oh. Bibi, your audio. I wonder
Can
what
you hear
happened.
me? Can you hear
Now
me
we
now?
can hear you. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Because all Davido has other kids, but that one child that went, he would do anything to get it. And all the money in the world cannot bring that child back. So I think we should get our perspective right. I really think we should get our perspective right. And we should leave those that want to be influencers to continue to influence themselves. Anybody that decides not to have their heads correct and listen to influencers, oh, because those influencers, when they close the window of internet, they go back to their life. And believe me, it's a miserable life. Oh my, until me, I go to listen for corner. I won't cook, I
Okay.
won't chop. I just enter house.
Right. No wahala.
We
Thank
go
you
to
for
support you
calling
for the
in.
comment section. Thank you,
I
thank you, thank
know.
you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate, man. Very, very great points that you just outlined for us. Not true you talk. Thank you. I
Thank you,
appreciate you,
Mr.
BB. Yeah. Enjoy your lunch.
Thank you, thank you.
All right then. Later. So, my people, where we won't carry this matter. Well, personally, I'm one of those people that believe that um I'm one of those people that believe that social media should be controlled. I'm one of those people, especially in Nigeria where we come from. It needs to be controlled. And when you have influencers like the Tokers and the rest of them, they need to be called out because they have a big platform. And if they don't have anything positive to share, it's not everything that you have an opinion on. I'm sorry. If you don't have anything positive to share to influence young people that are looking up to you, then there's no need for you to have a platform. People should normalize the platforming some of these influencers. I'm sorry, I'm one of those people that feel that way. For instance, now in China, the version of TikTok that we get here is different from the version they get in China. They get a very different version. In on their own version, it's even timed. It's like 40 minutes for kids. And in that time, they're teaching them science, engineering, the very important subjects. They don't see most of the trash that they have on TikTok on this side. They don't have it in China. So that tells you a lot. They control their social media. Now, I'm not saying that people should not have the right to speak what they want to speak, but there are certain things, especially when you have young ones that are allowed on these platforms. There are certain things that you should not allow, people like that should come and be influencing your children. What do they know? I think it's more realistic for us to control our exposure to these people, our perception of them, than it will be to control them on social media. No, what I mean is holding them accountable on social media, and that can be done by calling them out, by hashtagging them directly. If you have a number of people hashtagging and then signing petitions, they will calm their butts down. Because whether we like it or not, those people still have power of control because they have the following, the huge following. And when you don't have parents, absent parents, when you have parents that are not around their kids, you don't know what these children are getting up to. They're watching influencers they ought not to be listening or watching. And then they start to replay it. Look at what's going on in our country. I don't remember Nigeria being this, decadent. I don't remember it. It's never been this way. I grew up as a child in Nigeria, ran around, went to my friend's house, ate in my friend's house, self, climbed trees, did all kinds of things. There was nothing like this. It's just gotten worse over the years. You have to put some control on this social media because look at what it has done. People they are now buying each other just because they want to have this money. Eh? All of us here will hear stories of those young children where they go, one of them carried his girlfriend used, another one bites the mother just because they're trying to get this money, sha. So who is now teaching them the values if all they see is money, money on social media? And social media has a way of controlling the minds of people to the point that, especially for kids, they will put some things in their page that you probably will not see. If you're not attentive, you might not see it. But the kids are seeing it, and kids have very, very their minds are very vulnerable. So when they take these things in, they want to act upon it sometimes. So this is why. Yes, you can control, but how many parents can control their exposure, the children's exposure to these things, or the young people? How many people? How many of them really? You know? So both sides have to have some level of control, bearing in mind that there's some people that don't have parents, people who have absent parents. Their parents are not at home, they're working 24/7. How do those people control if social media is not controlled? So I think we can do both at the same time, because it's just getting worse by the day, you know? Yeah, but the thing about putting control on public space is the fact that when we close the door for the bad guys to come in, also keep the door closed for the good guys. But look at it this way though. China was able to do it though. Why is it that on the China side, the children are watching things that will help them grow and become more? Children are watching stuff that has to do with engineering, that has to do stuff with science and developing things, software and all of that, right? So yeah, you can't always keep all the bad guys out. They always find a way in. However, if you put some control in it on it, it will be reduced. It will be reduced. Because right now kids are growing up, social media is bringing up kids. We don't want to have a world where people's minds are controlled only by social media. Only what goes on in social media is what affects them, is what they do in real life. How many of us know about the games that these young people play, right? It's so realistic. Some of them play this game and it feels like they're getting hit while they're playing the game. I don't know. I just feel like there has to be some form of control. There really has to, especially on the Nigerian side, because it's just gotten worse in Nigeria. It's gotten worse, you know. So back to this topic, um what you not think? Material things and age, is it a deal breaker? Make I share my link again. I want to hear from you guys, because I don't want just my own perception to be out there. I want us to talk about it. I want us to share opinions on it. Is it a deal? Is it a deal breaker? Material wealth or physical material wealth now. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, China have been successful doing it. If Nigeria can replicate it, it will be good. Then again, I think people still complain about it. Yeah, of course they will complain about it, but at least they will not get all the craze that's happening in Nigeria. Yeah, we no go the it go reduce more. Ask the question again. So my question is: are material wealth and age bracket, is it a deal breaker in relationships? Yeah. And when I say material wealth, I'm talking about physical material wealth. So the big mansions, the big cars. Hey Eunice, welcome. Thanks for joining. The big mansion, the all the good stuff, the traveling all over the world and all of that most women are like, and that appeals to a lot of some of these women, that without it, they don't feel like the man is complete. Is it a deal breaker for a man to have everything, have the mansion, have the house, have the cars, be able to afford the fine things of life? Is that enough? Hello, OJ, welcome. You know, okay, no wahala, Bimpe, you're outside, huh? No wahala, you know. Okay, no problem. No worries. You guys come in when you can. Is it a deal breaker? Because for some people, it's a deal breaker when a man doesn't have everything. Like we've heard in Obodo Ibo TV, right? Some people feel like the man has to have a house. Is it a crime for her to want those things? Has to have at least be able to own his own house before she can even decide she wants to be with him or not. Some people want the man to have a certain amount of money, right? So that he can prove that he can take care of her when they're married. So there's so many material things that people expect from the man before they decide they want, and this is in the Nigerian context too, right? So if we want to generalize it, we also say that there are expectations that men have too. And let's not forget, some men also want some material things to be met before they can even deal, you know. So I mean, people, again, for me, I feel like love is subjective to people, and people have a right to desire what they want. They have a right to say, oh, I want this or I want that, but at the end of the day, you might want it, but is it what you need? Is it what's going to help your life? Because human needs are insatiable. You want this, something else comes up, you want that. That thing comes up again, you want something else. So where do we draw the line? Is it so are we saying that if a man walks up to you and he doesn't have all these material things, that means he's automatically disqualified from being with you? And I do understand the concept of struggle love, right? Or appointment with poverty or whatever. I understand that. Eunice, remember that comment? Is it appointment with poverty or whatever they call it? Covenant with poverty. That I saw in the comment section. I understand all of that. But what really is there any such thing as this is what I want? These are my desires. The man must meet all of this like a list that you're checking off. Car, check. And the type of car, oh, wait, is it Mercedes Benz, Range Rover, all the luxurious cars? Check, you go check them. Number two, does he have a mansion? Check. Then number three, how much money does he have in his account? You've seen him dole out 5 million. Check. Number four, he has domestic staff all over, outside, inside. Check. Is that what it is, or is a man, when a man doesn't have all of that, does it mean he's not a man and he's not worthy to be loved? You know, most men at a young age won't have everything, but are likely in a position to afford basics. You can access you can assess whether a man in his 40s has prospects and potential growth. Very true. I agree with that. I can agree with that absolutely. You can definitely gauge and see, does this man have prospects? If you have the ability to see beyond the physical. Some people cannot see beyond what a person. Some people they gravitate towards, first of all, when they meet you, and I've heard this before, they look at your shoe, they look at the man's shoe, his belt, his wristwatch, to determine what class he belongs in. Isn't that crazy? They look at your shoe, they look at your belt and your watch to determine what class he belongs to. That thing, they make me laugh. Because the funny thing, I've met a number of wealthy people. They don't all maybe their wristwatch. Maybe. And even when they wear that wristwatch, you no go even know to look, to see, to know the make. Most times they go wear short knicker, maybe when they buy for Walmart, and t-shirts when they buy for Target. They'll wear sunglasses when they buy for maybe one of those stores, maybe same Target or Walmart. They go wear them, but you no go know. And the car when they drive, maybe na one Toyota Camry. So if you dey look only the material, the physical aspect of the person, you see you go don miss just by looking at the makeup of the man. Say, okay, no wear watch, because some of them no dey wear watch, some of them no dey remember to wear watch sometimes. You no go even know, and they no dey carry the designers. They know they carry, some of them, and then get the designers. Matter of fact, some of them get stocks in the designers. They are part owners, so they no go wear anything for their body when they branded. Check am. Who no go no know? Sometimes people, when you see someone, you can't just judge someone by just looking at them and say, oh, maybe he borrowed his uncle's watch. Maybe his uncle is the one that has money and he happens to be wearing the watch, right? Maybe he borrowed his uncle's Range Rover. You don't know that. Maybe he borrowed his uncle's belt or brother's belt or whatever to come and impress you. And you now, not knowing any better, you fall for it. You say, man, this guy has money, he's loaded. Check out that watch, man. Check out that watch. You know how much that watch costs? Check out the shoes, man. Wow. They're looking at the belt. You know, no say nothing, nothing for the guy. As in, whatever he has on is all borrowed. Even the car that he's driving, the luxurious car, is his uncle that has it. You know that there are people like that. Do you know that? So if you're judging just by the physical, that means that person don't you don't enter one chance. Now be that now. So is it realistic to judge a man just by the material gains, material things? And let us not forget character too, because a man can have all those things and lacking in character, in integrity. The man, you might not have peace with the man, but he has the money. He has this money. Let me tell you for free. Some of these people that have money, that have made so much money, guess what? Some of these people that have made so much money, they're awkward socially. They don't know how to respond sometimes to people. They don't know how they talk to you flippantly because most of their lives they're used to being in control. They've seen so much money, they're constantly on the move. So they talk to you very anyhow. They don't have to just talk rubbish you. They don't care about your feelings. Feelings don't mean anything to them. You understand? Feelings don't mean anything to them. So, would you now judge a person based on all those material attributes only for you to get a wake up of your life when you get in there? Exactly, Eunice. They do create a lot of pressure. And this is why you see young people going into things that they have no business going into just because they want to have those, because they feel like women gravitate to those material things. Somebody made a comment on Obodo Yubo TV that's very, very, very important, right? She made a comment, and she said, and I think just flew right out of my brain right now. You don't know the source of this person's money. You don't know how they got it. You don't know whether they go put bish for person head, collect all the money when they get, take and they give you the soft life when you want. Who remembers that man that was a known kidnapper in Nigeria that was caught only in recent years? I can't remember his name now. The man's family was in Canada, but the man was kidnapping people, taking ransom and using it to take care of his own family. They were living the life, the soft life. Okay? So I don't know if that's a good enough yardstick, you know, to measure a man by. Because a man is much more than the money. Anybody can have money, to be honest. Anybody can, right? Most of these people who have the money, some of them don't have the character, unfortunately. Some of them lack integrity because of the source and the way they got the money. I'm not even just talking about Nigeria now, even here in America. Some of these people that have money or more, they be like money misroad people. They don't know how to talk to people. They can't empathize with people. They look at you, they think the worst of you because to them, they see you as weak since you cannot accomplish all this wealth that they have. They look at you and look down at you, as a matter of fact. Thank you very much, Ojemo and Love. Yeah, Evans. That was the name of the kidnapper. You know, you put unnecessary pressure, and then this man start, a young boy that's just going to school, college, coming out with hopes and dreams, right, of becoming something someday. He doesn't even have the opportunity. He can't even talk to you. He likes you, but he's afraid to talk to you because he feels like he does not have enough to reach you. He doesn't have enough to spoil you the way he wants, or to spoil you the way the other people are spoiling you. So to me, I don't know, this is just me, and I'm not trying to impose my standards on anyone at all. That's not the intention here. I'm just putting it out there, like, can we open our minds and really think through these things that we're craving for? Because at the end of the day, really, you can make money. If you have hands and you have a brain, you can make money. I watched a video recently about a few young men. Guess they are raking in millions selling street food in Nigeria. The same Nigeria that people are screaming is hard, is hard. These people are cooking street food and are raking in millions. Young boys. Thank you very much, Eunice. Exactly. Look at what they wear. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same, you think at the same t-shirt. He probably has thousands of that same t-shirt. If you be saying at Walmart, even take buy am. Because those people know they buy all those expensive clothes. You be saying at Walmart. Or okay, maybe the highest. I don't know all these designers by name, but if you get t-shirt, but you will get like thousands of those. Guess what? Those people that they get those their clothes for free. They get their clothes for free. Why? Because of their name. People go give them to them for free because of waiting that they look for their hands. Most of these wealthy people don't buy anything. They give them for free. Now because now free advert for them. That's why most of them don't wear name brands because they don't want to advertise for them, right? Because they are bigger than the brand. So who cares? Why should I wear a Louis Vuitton, whatever, to show? No. Do you understand? Most of those even designers, they go to their homes and go and give them free luxurious items that you will never see them with. T-shirt, shorts, that's it, trouser, plain trouser. Go see them, they waka for street. Eh? Wealth should not be a deal breaker as hard work still pays. But absolutely, people who work hard to make this money, the ones that really made genuine money, the character that they exude and the integrity is out of this world because their eye don't see marble. If you meet somebody that has been able to make it successfully through sheer hard work, you can tell the difference. It's clear. Exactly. Some rich people want the simple things of life. They just want to have a normal life. They don't want to be seen every day. People are running around with cameras around them. Not everybody likes that lifestyle. No, not everybody likes that lifestyle. Some people just want to live their lives quietly, minding their own business. Yeah, okay. BBMJ says age could be a deal breaker for me. However, I believe never say never. Absolutely. You can never say never, to be honest with you. You never ever know. This world is very, very mysterious. You can't say, oh no, I could never. Don't be careful. Be careful. You could never. You might just find yourself in that exact situation that you're thinking you could never. You know? Vanity upon it's all vanity. OJ, you are right. Absolutely. Where will they run, they go? Where will they run? Do you know there's some people who got out of school, got a fantastic job, life was great for them, things just started moving along, right? Bam. Next thing, they're no more. After having all those things within a short period of time, bam, they're no more. But they lived a good, they got everything early, everything just happened fast, fast, fast for them. Be careful what you ask for because you just never know. You just never know. Yeah, exactly. There was somebody I knew then by Isolo. There's one person I knew in Isolo, a family. They lost their parents when they were young. So the older one, they now started selling akara and fried yam on the street. To so that his brothers, his younger brothers could go back to school. So he was selling that to put his brothers through school. When his brothers got out of the secondary school or so, right? He now, by that time, he had built a shack by the road side. His business had grown. So they were now selling much more and there were more people coming to buy. He was making a lot more money. So he was able to put his younger ones in university. When those ones were done, he now handed the business to them. The younger ones were running the business while he went back to school in the same Nigeria with no parents. So now tell me, if that kind of person, after doing, because clearly he's innovative, he decides, okay, I don't want to do anymore. I finished school now. I can do something more with this thing that I'm doing right now. Guess what? And then he starts to do other things and become so wealthy. Some girl will now come, shake, come and say, oh, he has to be riding a Benz. You don't know the sort. That kind of person no go just count him money, go take buy Benz, first of all. You know, go count him money, go just go buy a Range Rover. Because guess what? He has things that he has priorities. So you may see him on the street with maybe shorts and a t-shirt, looking kind of haggardy because of the kind of business he does, and you go throw away first. But meanwhile, he's a billionaire in the making. I just think that a lot of people are they're living illusions. They don't know. They just say they are living and basking in the shadow of the real, shadow of the original. And they think that they're having a ball. Meanwhile, now shadows, now illusions is going to fade. Exactly, OJ Moore. Simon Cowell only wears white t-shirt too. White t-shirt. Nobody know the make of that t-shirt. Nobody. White t-shirt and black trouser. Nine that man they always wear. I never see him with any other color. But the man has brands all over the world. But not only white t-shirt they wear. Your bar now, maybe now Walmart to buy that t-shirt. Because they like that store well. There's a Canadian Nigerian pastor, Stanford graduate who wants his predominantly Nigerian congregation to stop buying flashy cars, designer shoes. His emphasis is on education in private schools. Exactly. You see, that's where they said this is how young people ought to be thinking. Instead of trying to get money quick so that they can, get that girl, get that whatever, secure the bag. This is how generationally you're thinking how to create wealth. Eh? I'm telling you, trademark, white t-shirt, na the man they wear. Maybe na Walmart they buy the clothes. I don't know. For me personally, material things, because I can get it myself. I've been doing it myself. So there's nothing I cannot afford for myself by the grace of God, not by my power, right? By the grace of the Creator. So those things doesn't matter to me. Even in Nigeria, people that are very successful, that are doing well, they're looking for something different. They're not interested. And not because they just woke up and got money. They had to work. I'm talking about the hard workers now. I'm not referring to those that, just made the money and everything all of a sudden it just happened. One maybe sugar daddy somewhere is funding their lifestyle. Olójú kòkòrò, alátẹnujẹ, no lack of contentment. This is what usually is the problem. Because when you're looking at the other person and say, this person has this person has that, I also want to have it. Well, if you have, you can afford it, yes. But if you can't, why are you always constantly looking at the other person to measure your life? You don't know the source. You don't know how they got it. You don't know how many incantations they do at night. You don't know what people get up to. And you want what people want that you cannot see, that you cannot put your hands on. How much can a man possibly give you that will really satisfy you? Think about it. How much? After a while, that money you will find it sickening. Because you'll be talking to a man probably who he doesn't give a hoot about you, doesn't care about you, is not interested in your development. You can't even talk to him. You will get to a point you'll be frustrated with life. Women really need to calm down on this material things. We really need to calm down because you can make your own money for yourself. And don't be judging a man by his pocket size. Come on. You don't even know how he came about that money. So why would you want to judge him by his pocket? Why? With all the crazy things that are happening, even here in the Western world, some of these people who have money, their money is not pure. In case you don't know, this is not just a Nigerian thing. All over the world, be careful what you ask for. I remember I met someone in Nigeria a long time ago. He's from a very wealthy family. And he told me, he said, Most of these young Nigerian girls that he sees, they're running after his father's friends, running after his father because his father is very wealthy too, right? It's like they never wonder how the source of money came about. This is someone from a wealthy home telling me this. He said he wonders. They never stop to ask. All they care about is, oh, I want to let them see me with that man. They don't know the source of the man's wealth. That he just shakes his head. That's a man, no, that's a young man from a very wealthy home. All over the world, not be everybody when you see say get money, na im get am pure. No, some people if you hear wetin that they do to get this money, you go you go weak. You go see human being the next day, you go fear. You go fear because all you can see is just the person wear shirt and trouser or skirt and blouse. You no know wetin dey behind that person. You no know wetin that person dey do to get. Be careful what you wish for and what you ask for. No let materialism carry you enter forest, carry you enter where you no know. Hey Femi, welcome. Good to have you here. Yeah, they're easily influenced by social media, absolutely. And to be honest, I blame parents because if you have young kids, you have to be intentional about having children and taking care of your children. You should limit their screen time. It's so important. You can't just abandon your children to the screen because you are busy. It's dangerous. We're seeing the result of it. Some kids they don't know what it's like to play outside, to get sun. They don't know. They don't know what it's like to go to the park. Heck, they don't even want to go to the park. They want to be stuck in their room playing video games, watching skits on TikTok all day. That's all they want. And these evil people have a way of sneaking in their own ideas. Hmm. Exactly. Same type of polo shirt. They change am. They change am, Femi. You go buy say na Walmart the man take buy am. Walmart. You just get one bundle wey dey buy for there. You just get maybe like 10 in a pack. You go dey wear am. When you wear am, when anything don dey slack, you go throway am, you go buy another one because how much be the t-shirt for Walmart? E no cost now and he can afford it. And he's investing in global change. He's investing in social media. He's investing. All they care about is creating generational wealth. Meanwhile, people are out here looking for the man that has the most expensive watch, wearing the most expensive shoe, wearing the most expensive belt. You don't know whether na borrow pose. Some people they borrow pose. They go borrow pose their uncle shirt, borrow pose their uncle trouser, their uncle wristwatch. They'll come use and shine for you. Collect wetin they won't collect for your body. Waka. Oh, I don't know how many of you saw a video. There's a video of a girl I saw. I think it was in Nigeria. The girl had money in her hand that they had given her. Said I think it was like 500,000 or something like that. But it seemed like the girl had lost her mind. So people were now saying that that they used her or whatever. That she followed some Yahoo people and they used her. She was walking around the street like something was missing. She didn't seem to know where she was. Eh? Exactly. Thank you very much for bringing this up, Femi. Exactly. Someone like Dino Melaye now. That's a very good example. Why would anybody in their right senses want to be with a man like Dino Melaye? I'm just asking. He has the money, but how did he get the money though? Where's that money coming from? Look at the wristwatch. Yeah, it was showing his wristwatches, his shoes. Exactly. Dino has more stuff in his wardrobe than 10 boutique stores. Isn't that madness? People are creating legacies and building people. These people are accumulating dust. What is wristwatch? What is shoe? How many can you wear? How many? But some girls go see and now I'll guarantee you that man go get women repete. The ones that go they give 50K day, the ones that go they give 100K day, the ones that go they give 500, they go get levels. the man looks filthy, and women go dey queue up behind am. There is something very wrong with that. It's better for you to be in a corner drinking sour garri, with no sugar and groundnuts, than to go and be dining with people like Dino Melaye. Because whether you like it or not, when the punishment comes, you go chop out of am, because you eat out of the money. You eat out of the money. OJ, welcome. Oh,
Hello, sis.
hey,
How are
OJ,
you?
good to hear your voice.
It's so good
Yeah.
to be here with you live on the show. Hello, everyone. Oh, wow, this topic is interesting. Oh, I was on the other platform, the Bodo Yibo
Uh-huh.
platform.
Right.
All through, it
Hmm.
was a long one.
Yes. It was very interesting. That's why,
We
because
can,
it's
yeah,
a
we can go
needed
on and on
conversation.
and on and on.
Yes.
Jeez, things are happening. Crazy things are happening, like they say.
Yep.
Well, as for your topic, I think the age for me has never really been an issue.
Okay.
But I don't believe that you should have like 10 years difference. It's like, it's a little bit scary because what you like, what you know, things will be different. You don't really have much in common. That's what I personally believe. If it's up to 10 years, then there's an issue for me. But if it's like 5 to 6 years, I can still, try to venture in that because the kind of music you listen to is different, kind of things you like will be different. To take extra effort in order you know, in order to measure up and make that relationship work.
Right. But there are some people who are very mature. Even though
Mm.
you're 10 years, they're 10 years ahead of their partner, but they're extremely mature. Do you know that? They're like old men in small bodies, just like Mirabelle. Small girl inside old man body, old woman body, then Mirabelle be. Oh, she be like old soul, right? So there are people like that. Even though there's that gap of 10 years, right? But the maturity level is not that of the difference. Is much higher than you, that you think you know better.
Let me
I've
get
seen it.
let me shock you.
Okay.
Some years back, I have a friend who was saying, okay, let me introduce you to this man. He's very nice. He's very this. He's very that. And it was like, if I don't comply now, they will say I'm feeling. How do they say it now? They'll start saying you don't want to even try. Why don't you give it a try? So I agreed, and on a particular day we went out on a date. In his car, he had CDs and of music, collection of music. Guess the kind
Mm-hmm.
of music the guy had in his car? The best of 70s. And,
Oh.
and he kept on playing different music. Do you know this music? I would say, yeah, yeah, I do. Because I didn't want to disappoint him. I was so excited about it. I was in shock. I was just like, what am I doing? Am I all right? Why did I allow myself? Why did I? So I was like, I couldn't, I didn't know one song. I I was like, is this man that old? Or maybe I didn't really get his age. The gap was much, but that is just one aspect, just the music. Then you can imagine when we have to sit down and talk about life or to plan, it's going to be way out of what I'm thinking. Do you understand?
How old was he? Do you think he was older than you, or what?
Maybe, of course, he was. I wasn't thinking. I knew, but I just
Okay.
didn't realize how
Okay.
old, how old he was. I didn't realize the gap was that much. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. I think it was 2012. This happened, and
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe it was about 15 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
gap or something.
Right.
But I think it must have been more than that. I think it's those category of guys that used to fit their age when they're coming to the UK. So,
Okay.
but there's some
So
things that we
what was
said.
wrong with him? His music was too old for you. Is that what you're saying?
That was just the first thing. There were other things, but that was the eye opener for me. I said, there's no
Okay.
way we're going to be listening to this kind of music all my life.
Yeah, but it depends. That's because you were not interested in him.
I wasn't.
There are so there's some ladies who don't care about that. They're not, the music doesn't mean anything to them.
Ah,
It's just at the end of the day, right? Everybody likes what they like. Love is subjective. People want what they want.
no,
You
you
can't do
don't
anything about
understand.
that.
Oh my, yeah, you don't understand. I said one of the track I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I like oldies, you get. But for
Yeah.
me, from the 80s that I can even still, catch up with. There's some
Ah,
80s that we used to hear on the radio back in the days when I was still growing
mm-hmm.
up that I could
Mm-hmm.
still, even if I don't know the wordings, I know the beat, they were interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Those
Mm-hmm.
those kind of music they used to do when they were doing Soul Train, not the
Right.
Soul Train on TV then,
Yeah.
on
Right.
NTA. So I didn't know one of it, just one. I couldn't.
Okay.
No, I
Eunice
said
is saying
no.
he should have asked you the kind of music you like. Try to
He
make
was a he
conversation.
was
He
a
didn't.
Bongo Park. He was a Mungo Park, but I didn't wait that
Okay.
long. Oh. He
Okay.
doesn't care. That kind of person, he can't think of that. He can only think
Right.
about his own likes. He cannot even appreciate the fact that I knew nothing about his music. There were
The
other things,
song.
but I don't. Yeah, that's just one.
Right.
That was just a shock. But for me, that was an eye opener. Like, what did I get myself into? No,
Right. And to Celine's point, true. When you're interested in someone, you will naturally like most of the things they like.
not
Even if
best of
because
70s. Oh my yeah. Do you know best of 70s?
my dear, let me tell you, my music, my interest is music is very wide and stretches very long. I like music from the 20s, from the 30s, from the 40s, from the 50s up until present day. That's me.
Hmm.
So whatever music you play, if it's my kind of music, I'm like, hey, I'll get along with it. So people are different. There's some people who cannot, and I understand people have different taste and interest in music. In this case that you presented right now, there was zero interest. And on top of the fact that maybe the guy was not making much of a conversation with you, like for instance, to Eunice's point, what kind of music do you like? That's like an icebreaker, first of all. It's gonna make you feel like, okay, this guy is thinking about me. But if he's a Mongo Park and he does not have the capacity to think, there's not much you can do but to just keep it stepping. But there are people who would still meet him. There are women who will still meet him and like him. You understand? Regardless of his taste in music. Some
Hmm.
people, that's not a deal breaker for them. So in as much as yes, it's sometimes sometimes we will think, oh, you know what, I can't date this person because they are this age, or I can't take this person because they are this age. But if the person comes to you and you don't know the age and they're talking to you and they are making sense, they are dropping wisdom that you have never heard before, and they have a certain approach to life you've never seen before, my dear, you no go even want to know the age because you're not interested in the age. It's not age you eat.
I
Is
thought
the
I was that kind of person. Like, now I've even tried it in the first place. And have you watched all those skits that they've been doing on Facebook where they're
I'm not
doing
on Facebook, so I don't know.
I think they show some of them on YouTube and TikTok, I think. They do all
Okay,
this relationship loyalty test, and
okay.
then they just meet a couple on the road. I used to think those people were acting, but I think some of them are real.
There
They
are real
tell them to
couples who do
exchange
it.
their phones. They,
Yeah.
they tell them to exchange their phones for like five
Mm-hmm.
minutes, and then they just
Mm-hmm.
realize there and then that they're not the only ones, or they
Yes.
say they're doing hookups. They just
Right.
prank them and they fall.
Uh-huh.
Even mothers and fathers have joined into it. They say they want to check if their daughters are truly in school and blah blah blah, and they fall also. I just like, what's happening? What is happening?
Well, this is the world for you. This is
What
why,
is happening?
yeah, exactly. This is why this conversation is important. We can't get tired of talking about it, because at the end of the day, if we not talk, now worse, you go just they go down, they go down, they go down, they go down. The country gets worse when quite good bad things or bad people thrive when good people are silent. So if you know
Hmm.
better and you are not saying that, you are not sharing the things that you know, you're also part of the problem, because you're going to live in this society. How else is it going to change if you don't do anything about it? You can't be waiting for the next person to change it. It has to start with you. So that's why for me,
Hmm.
having being a materialistic person, it depends, right? It depends on what matters most to you in life. Or let's say age being a deal breaker for you. It depends on what matters most. If you're so focused on the age of the person, you can't see if the person is the right person for you, because you already shut that person down before you even know them, because in your mind you're like, as soon as small picking now, right? But of course, I'm not saying that you should go with an 18-year-old. These things, there's a method to the madness. You don't have to go with someone
It's
that's obviously clearly, you understand. But
it's
if it's
crazy.
someone who is
It's crazy. It's really, really, it's really alarming. It's shocking. And I
what
saw another
what
video of
what
a
exactly
30,
is alarming now?
30, 13-year-old, no, 21-year-old girl that was
Mm-hmm,
being interviewed by the road, or maybe in front of like maybe a show or a restaurant or something.
mm-hmm,
And very smallish looking girl. She looked very young, so I don't think she was lying about her age. And then the guy
mm-hmm.
asked her, "So when did you start to do kerewa or something?" She said, I think she was 13. I'm like, what? So the guy now said, was it like, um, did you want it? Like, was it a first thing? He said, no, it was her schoolmate. And the girl was not even shy. She wasn't shocked. She was just talking about it like it's normal. He asked her so many questions and she kept on answering, answering. I said, my goodness. And then she has parents. I'll probably see that video, or maybe they don't have access to internet or what. I don't even know. I was like, what is happening to these children
Was this in Nigeria? Was the video in
in
Nigeria
Nigeria?
or?
Yes, it was in
Now, because
Nigeria.
there are a lot of absent parents. Most of these parents are hustling to
Oh
make
my
money,
God.
and they have all these children. They can't afford to take care of them, or sometimes they leave them in the hands of house helps that don't care really. So they're being raised by social media. So that's why you're finding these types of things happening. And that's why I'm saying that I think we need to have some control on social media, and also individuals
Hey,
have to take responsibility. But you know, let me welcome Mirabel. Mirabel, welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Hi, OJ. Hi, OJ Mo. How are you?
hello, hello, Mirabelle. I'm fine.
So, you were saying something about age. Oh, sorry, guys. See, I didn't mean to interrupt. Can I speak?
Absolutely. That's why I came to you, honey.
Okay, thank you. So, OJ was saying something about age, and the guy she was talking to for a bit. So for me particularly, like Omoyo was saying, I have an interest in a wide range of music. So you would hear me listening to Dolly Parton. You would hear me listening to some country music of Don Williams and Kenny Rogers. You you would, and these people were in the 70s and the 80s, and also that's also because I grew up with my parents listening to those songs and like, going to their concerts. So I just naturally liked it. It's very nostalgic for me. So if I was in a situation where someone was playing something in a music in its 50s or 60s or 70s, um, that would not be too much of an issue for me. And like you all were alluding to the fact that the guy could have asked what she was interested in, and that's for someone that is super thoughtful, which not everyone is that thoughtful,
Right.
OJ could have also said, can I put something that I like? If you could also have been the one to say, oh, I don't know any of this song. Is it okay if I put on my playlist? But then again, you did what you were comfortable with doing, which is not interjecting. And I guess he just kept playing the music. And he probably might not know that you don't even like it. Because, he probably might not know that. He might not be that thoughtful, and he might not know that. Then again, typically for me, that would not be a deal breaker. If we don't have the same taste in music, then we don't. And realizing that even if that person was um, same age as you, their upbringing, their experience in life, you know there are other situations that can influence their taste and choices in music. So they could still
Right.
be same age range as you and still not have the same choice in music as you. And they could have been a lot older but more up to beat, more updated with
Mm-hmm.
with what's going on. There are people that are a lot older, but they're, I don't know, is that me? I hear an echo.
Oh.
You don't hear it? Oh, okay, that's perfect. I don't hear it no more. So yeah, there are people that are also older. They're very trendy. So I don't necessarily think it's an age thing. I just think it's a person thing. It's an individual thing. And also with the age gap, someone's age is always, well, it's really different from age difference. So I could be 21 and you're 31. That's a 10 years age difference. Now I could decide, because this person is 21, I cannot be with them, because for me that is too young. Not necessarily because of the 10 years different, but just because of their age. Now, what if they were 31 and I was 41? Because they're over their 20s, they're in their 30s, for me, I would find that more appropriate. But still, it's still a 10-year age difference. So what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the times I think the focus should be more on the age of the person versus the age difference. And that's not to say, of course, there are no downside to the 10 years age gap. I'm just saying it depends on the age of that person. A 21 and a 31, 21 is just too young. That person is in their 20s and still figuring themselves out. Now, if that person was 32 or 35 and the other person was 45, that's still 10 years old, 10 years different. But that person at 32, it's matured, you know, have almost a similar, closer outlook on life than the 40 something year old person. So that's something I had to say about the age thing. It's like,
Right. No, you're right. And OJ, can you see this comment by Eunice? She said you would close your mind to that date from the start. You were coerced to go on the date, then the age difference and the music, everything became a turn off for you.
I'm serious, I'm telling you. I wasn't
Yeah.
really eager to go to start with. And all those names Mirabelle mentioned, I know Dolly
Mm-hmm.
Parton and all those names you called, but I said I didn't know one music. I didn't know, I've never heard of them before. Never. I like jazz music. I like all those is it Miles Davis, I think. Those old oldies, jazz and everything, instrumentals. I like those things. But and the guy was so excited. I couldn't just make him. I didn't know how to just bust his bubble and just tell him I didn't know. I just kept on nodding my head like I was enjoying everything. I couldn't wait for that day to end. It
oh
was
yeah, I think
terrible.
what Eunice said is so true. It reminds me of confirmation bias. You already did not think that person was for you, so you would more likely look for things that confirms what you're already your opinion or your informed conclusion on that person. So you're gonna look for whatever there is to make sense of why you don't even find this person interested. And the music just came right there. And even if it was not the music, it have been the way they were chewing their mouth, and be like, and you would just get upset about it because from the start, like Eunice is saying, you were disinterested, you were not interested. So because of that, you look for anything to validate why you were not interested. And that's okay. That was
You
just
don't
not for
want to
you.
know the other things. They had so many bad habits. Imagine, imagine
Now
someone
I'm
climbing
digging
up the
bubble.
staircase and farting each time he takes a step. It was terrible.
Oh my god.
You know why it's funny to me? I could just hear how like annoyed you are from your voice, bro.
On the first day he met me, he wanted me to start cooking. I should do moi, jollof rice, everything. I said, I'm not, I'm not a caterer. I have not recovered from the best of 70s music. You're now farting each step you take climbing up the staircase. It was
Nah,
terrible. It was, I
there's
don't
no
want to
excuse
remember.
for that part one. Nah, that's gross. No, On the first date, you're already farting each step you take. Come on now.
That's not
Yeah.
nice. Nah, that's out. No, forget
No, it
it. The
wasn't on
man
the first
just
day. It wasn't on the first day. It was maybe
okay.
because I told you it was a friend who introduced it. It was a husband's friend's brother or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So they just felt, and I couldn't give them the details of how I felt. So definitely, my friend might tell them. So I kept everything to myself, and I was just waiting for the time where everything would just fizzle out. I just made sure we never met again. Also,
Sorry, AJ, it's the way you're saying it that's
That
cracking
is
me up.
so funny.
Oh my god. Eh?
That's a funny one. Like I like to
Yeah.
hear stuff like that because I will fall down and crack up.
OJ needs to prove that she's wife material. Abi, come and cook.
the
Cook and
man,
go.
the man went to buy boy my leave. Can
Are
you
you
imagine?
kidding? No.
The
He
fact
went
that he
chopped up
bought
a
the
In this
leaf,
leaf.
in UK, there's more he
Yes,
bought.
he bought the
Wow.
leaf.
20 was it
That's
2012 or 2011?
that's how
2012, I
What?
think.
indigenous the person is. He bought the leaf.
Ah,
You know,
in fact,
My goodness. He went to buy moi moi leaf. OJ, I
it
wanted
was
you to do moi moi with leaf.
it's, it's a
nah,
date from hell.
nah,
Nah,
uh. Yeah, OJ, I agree
No,
with you.
I
Uh
agree with you.
huh.
Mm-mm. No, more.
oh no.
Oh my god, but thanks for the laugh. That one, no, no, no,
Yeah,
no. If not
that
that
was a
one,
good
then
laugh.
forget. Eunice is asking, was the date at his house?
No, 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 no. The first one was in his car. We went out and I don't want to remember it because it's been long. I don't want to go into details. It was just not a nice thing to remember. And I know
Unfortunately,
from that moment, I knew that, not everybody that introduction works for. There's some people get it right when, they introduce them to someone and then they could start it off from there. But me, I
Mm,
believe in meeting somebody on a mutual ground. No one, you're not indebted to anyone. You don't have to tell anyone details of your relationship. You
right,
don't have to give anybody feedback or anything.
right.
I can end it anytime without thinking I'm hurting someone somewhere else other than the person I'm in a relationship with. Because there will
Mm-hmm.
definitely be like a discussion afterwards. Oh, how is she? Does she cook well? Does she do this? All those. I wasn't into it actually. So
Right.
and
it
unfortunately,
wasn't.
this person might be a genuine good person with a kind heart, a
He
good
wasn't.
soul.
He
Might
wasn't. I, he wasn't. Just leave that. He wasn't.
how do you know that though if you didn't even give him the opportunity to prove that to
We
you?
kept on talking on the phone, but I just made sure we didn't see face to face anymore until I blocked him.
Because a lot of the times, right, when people are introduced to people, it's because those people that introduce you already know this person and can, can
Not all the time, oh no, 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 not all the time, Mirabel. Sometimes people just introduce somebody to you because they see, oh, you're single. This person is single. Let me just
Yeah.
pair them. They don't really do. It's not like
it's not
people
like
who
they know the
mean well.
person already.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like they know the person. Sometimes they just see, oh, I know somebody who is single. Oh, I can introduce you. They don't know jack about the person. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. So now I'm just
And
trying to
people
create a
lie. People
scenario.
lie too. They
True.
lie and
Yeah,
say, "Oh, I'm willing to start a relationship," but they are not ready. They are not
What if
ready.
what
They are
if
not
this
ready.
person, what if this person, I'm just saying hypothetically, what if this person was a really genuine good person, kind, like all my years always say, just be kind, I have something in my one of my bathrooms that says, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. So what if this
right.
person was like super kind, so nice, treat people good, genuine, selfless, honest, not a cheater, like every good quality you want in a partner? What if this person had it coupled with the fact that, just coupled with everything else you've told us about him, the farting every steps he takes and buying more and leave
But
and all this
he
all
already
I'm just
messed that up.
Mirabelle,
I'm
you just
But
want
that
me
creating.
to
wasn't.
talk and give you
I'm just
details of
creating.
everything.
I'm
I don't want to
creating a
remember all the
scenario.
details.
I'm creating a scenario.
You're making
I'm just
you're
saying
making me
what.
remember, and I don't
Okay,
want to
no,
go
no, no,
down
no,
that
no.
that
I'm
lane.
not talking about this person no more. I'm just creating a scenario.
Mm,
What if this person that just have all this annoying, I'm just like, what if somebody with an annoying, like just annoying habit, or just you just find that you don't really share too many things in common, but they have everything when it comes to, your morals and your qualities and all the things I said. What if they were that all packaged in this annoying, bag?
But there
and
has to
and this
still
person
be
is a good guy.
attraction.
I'm just saying
But
this person is good.
there still has to be attraction. It doesn't matter if they
but
have all
trust
those
me,
rosy, oh,
Of
rosy,
course, you're
rosy, rosy.
attracted to the
what
person, but the person still likes old
was I
music
not
and.
patient enough? He farted in my face, and I didn't say a word.
Oh, Jay,
I
I'm not
tried
talking
now,
about you.
but I
Okay,
tried. I was patient.
Mo will leave this
No,
subject
I'm not
alone.
talking about
Mo
you
will
at
leave
this
OJ
point.
and has no, Mo will leave this
No,
OJ
I
story
was just
because they
saying.
aggravate her.
I
I
was
don't want to
trying.
make it.
I was no. I'm not actually talking about you. I'm just trying to make a point that sometimes, even if when we say we want good people, we want genuine people, we want a kind person. Just be kind. Treat people with kindness. I'm trying to sound like Only just be a normal, kind human being. Have values. Let us align. Those are our path align and all this stuff, our vision and all this stuff, right? And this person aligns. I'm just trying to say, even with all of this amazing qualities, not every good, amazing, kind, sweet guy is somebody for you. It's not every person that actually have this qualities that we like, that we want to be with. You guys get what I'm trying to say?
I understand
Yeah,
what you're trying to say. I get it. But this will fly if the person is if you don't know what you want. If you kind of know what you want, even though because
exactly.
they always say first impression lasts long. So no matter how wonderful, how kind you are as a person, if you are not showing those qualities when you meet someone, it will be very difficult for you to prove it later. So when you meet someone, how kind are you with the person? The person is a stranger to you. How kind are you? How thoughtful are you? Yes, okay, we can all be thoughtful at the beginning. It takes a certain kind of person to be thoughtful, but there's always you have to have something to work with in order for that person to know you. If the person doesn't have anything at all from the jump to work with, it go hard for you to convince the person later say you are this kind, wonderful person. It dey hard sometimes, and it will take somebody with a lot of patience that would say, okay, even though this person farted in my front, even though this person gave me bought my wrap, I say
I
come
was
and cook. And
I was like, I don't think about this can be happening. Maybe I'm imagining, but it happens because I had to quickly, move on and not think about it. 'Cause I was actually very patient. I tried. I
uh
tried my best.
hmm
I tried because I know I'm not
Exactly.
perfect myself,
Exactly.
you
No,
know.
OJ, we
But
know. I know even they. OJ, not mind Mirabel. Mirabel just dey play devil's advocate. She just want Mirabel leave this
yeah,
alone. Leave it alone.
and people can be very nervous on first few dates, you know. So
Right.
they
Right.
tend to make mistakes. So I get that, you know.
Yeah. No,
But
I believe you because the truth is that the times you meet someone, my this is my whole point. Yes, if you cannot show your kindness from the jump, there's already a problem because kindness is kindness. If you meet someone for a road, ordinary stranger, right? Maybe you're in the store, in the grocery store, they try to buy the same thing when the person won't buy, right? But that person is trying to
mm,
squeeze in. You have to look back and say, oh, this person is trying to get here and get what I'm trying to get. Okay, let me give them space. Let me move so that they can also reach. It not take too much to do that. So even the first few dates you are not already showing your kindness,
let me
when you
give
want prove am, nah,
Oh
let me
yeah,
give you another confession. I have
yeah.
another
So
confession.
okay.
the fart is he a lack of kindness? What if he's kind and he's still farting?
Mirabel.
Let me
OJ,
confess. Let me
abeg,
give
oya,
another
give us another
confession.
secret.
This one
Give me
happened in
another
Nigeria.
confession.
Hmm.
Mhm.
I will shock you again. Well, this guy, we used to play sports together, and then he started
Uh-huh.
asking me out and everything. So I said, okay. He's been pestering me. Oh, let's go out on a date. Like I said, but we see each other at the field every time. What's so special about this day? Oh yeah, he wants to come and pick me in my house. Blah blah blah. I said, okay, come. This man came on a hot Sunday afternoon. And you know those kind of afternoon when everyone is at home, families are home, the streets were it was very hot, so everyone was indoors, just chilling in their house. And me, I was dressing up. I dressed, me that I don't usually care about what I put on. I tried very well to, to show off that day. When I stepped outside of my house, guess what I saw outside? This guy came with a painted bus to pick me up.
Wow.
We
No
were
kidding.
students. Yes, I agree. He just graduated. He wasn't doing. I didn't think he had any concrete job or anything. That's to show you that I was humble. But he didn't tell me he was coming with a painted bus now to come and pick me up. I couldn't step back. I couldn't move forward. I was just frozen on the spot. And this
Wow.
guy actually opened the door for me, sir. Normal cars, nobody has even opened the door for me to say, okay, step in. He opened
That's
the door. I
being
had to pass.
kind.
I know. Thank you. I had to hop in because what I was wearing was a little bit tight. I had to, I said I was frozen. I said, why is this? Why is all this thing? Why all this is happening to me now? Eh? I was like, I couldn't wait for him to just leave our area quickly. Let's just disappear. I was like, what is happening now? Why is this guy trying to whine me or what? Like they say now. They say, are you whining
Say
me?
you dey whine me.
Imagine if the bus wasn't painted now, I will understand. It was painted Lagos color, yellow and is it that yellow and black?
I was gonna ask you what is a painted bus because every bus is a painted, right?
Public public
Oh,
transport, public transportation, all those those 12-seater bus now. Is it 14-seater? Oh boy, you should know now.
I know.
Can you just imagine? Is it by force? Maybe we'll just walk to the bus stop, enter taxi, and go where we are going. But
Eunice say on Sunday afternoon in a painted. I
I
know what
typed
I
it
want
in.
to
okay, but is it his boss?
It's not his boss, it's his friend's boss. He wants to
He was
pose.
being thoughtful. That's what we're
His
talking
age
about, being
mates,
kind. He was being
his
thoughtful. He brought it
his
to your house so you
his
don't have to
mates
walk under
are
the
going to
sun and go to
borrow.
the bus station.
They're going to borrow Range Rover. He came with a bus,
That's
painted
what
bus for
he
that matter.
had. So they're
He
telling
didn't
us
have it. He borrowed it.
to not
In
be
fact, we had to stop. We had
materialistic.
to stop to buy fuel. God, if I hadn't pushed up, I just wore a t-shirt and jeans now. I would have, still splendid well. I was overdressed for the bus. God, I was so
I
upset.
actually appreciate people like that because he was not living above his means. We always say,
Yeah, the die
cut your coat
forcing.
according to your material. His
I
material
did
is
not
cleaner
force it
boss.
now.
So he
It
brought
was
it.
it wasn't by force now. The date wasn't by force. We could even go and enter. We could even go and enter a bus. Entering a public transport is different from when someone comes to pick you in your house. You don't
So
get
you
it.
see the problem with us women. If he had carried you now on public transport, some of us would say, he couldn't even ask a friend to lend him his car. He couldn't. At least he let you know that it's not his, but
He
he's
did
bringing
not
it for your
inform
own
me before.
convenience.
So I had to
It's for your,
ask him. Okay, why I had to ask him on the journey. So why why did you think that this bus was necessary? I thought we were going to walk to the bus. He was trying to make it easier. I said, "Are you open door for
yeah.
me, sir?"
You have to think about the motive. If the person is bringing a bus to the house, that's because he doesn't want you to go through the pains of what is it called, going to the bus station. Those are the kind of people that, if you guys cannot afford, if you cannot afford to buy a car, he's gonna push it away by a road, and he's gonna take all the pain and the responsibility. He's not gonna, those are people that wear their hearts on their sleeve. They'll go above and beyond. For the guy to bring a bus to you, he's gone
I
above
didn't
and
let him
beyond.
bring me back home. I came back home with taxi. Oh.
I really think he was being very kind and thoughtful. This is the thoughtfulness we're talking about.
I
You
said,
know,
if you allowed me to even enter the bus myself, that made it better. You opened the door for me in case I was trying to run back in or something. Was he trying to? I
no,
don't understand.
no, he's chivalrous. That's to show you that the guy is kind. The fact that he opened, is that not what we're talking about? Gentleman. He's being gentlemanly. He does not want you to,
This
like,
is true.
go through any kind of stress. He brought the bus to your house. If he had his way, he would bring the bus station and the conductor. He opened the thing for you to get in so you don't have to lift the finger. No, honestly, people like that are people that go
Yeah.
above and beyond for people. It looks ridiculous, but when you look at the thought behind it, when you look at the
Hmm.
motive, people like that are like, you know, they would, if you're going through times where you cannot afford certain things, they're going to be innovative. They're going to be creative and figure out a way,
Right.
and help you out and make sure that you are taken care of regardless of how.
That's true. It's OJ. I agree with Mirabel for you.
Hmm.
I agree with Mirabel. The guy just went above and beyond to show you that he was
With a
thoughtful
borrowed
enough.
bus, painted
Now,
bus.
where he gets rich now. We no go knock him now. He try.
Okay,
You understand?
those are the people that they call husband materials. People will not be laughing
Eh?
at him and say, "I see this mumu, you go and carry boss." He could have also
In
gone
short,
to borrow a Range Rover, something
if
or
my
something that's
neighbors
not
had seen
his.
me that bus, they would not believe it's me. They would just say, "Oh, just normal. Please, so they said I see." I said, "Nah."
I honestly think that person has a beautiful spirit and a kind soul, and it's just the way he packaged it. I think
Yeah.
that he's a genuine person,
He could
and
have
that's just
warned
to
me
tell you.
now.
But he doesn't see it as, his thought is not thinking that you're gonna be embarrassed. His thought is trying to make sure you're comfortable. He could have just, like
Yeah.
you said, gone into public transportation with you, but he values you enough to not want to take you through the walking down to wait for the bus. He brought the
Right.
bus from whoever he knows has a bus to you that could let him borrow their bus.
When
He
we
brought it
go
to
for
you.
sports, we enter public transport now. We walk to the bus stop. That's not an issue now. It was a
But
surprise.
that's
In
the
fact, I wanted
thing,
to
though.
walk
He
around
doesn't.
the bus, only for him to open the doors before I knew that he actually came with a bus.
But we women, what do we want? Now he's thinking, okay, instead of carrying this
Don't
lady that
borrow.
I
Do
care about to
yourself.
public
Don't borrow.
transportation, let me,
Don't borrow.
I have a
Do
friend, I
yourself.
have a boss. No, what's wrong with asking a friend to, because he thinks you're special. He's trying to make it special for you. He's
Right.
not trying to, take you along with his regular day of hopping on the bus. He's like, okay, since I have a friend, I could take this and I can, take my date on it, and just make her feel special in the best way I can. It could have been a keke na pepe. and he has a friend that has it, he's going to. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just. It was to
Keke
the
Napep. I don't think they had those then. No. This was many
to the
years ago.
to the regular eyes, it looks, it looks funny and ridiculous. But when you take the funniness out of it and dig deep down, you get to see the thoughtfulness, you get to see the kindness, you get to see the
You
genuine
don't
person
you
behind
don't
it.
understand all the thoughts that ran through my mind. Immediately I got frozen. I saw the boss. If he hadn't opened that door, I would have gone round the bus thinking, oh, we're walking down to the bus stop again. But he actually opened the door for me, like, I should go in. I'm like, eh? I looked at his face. I had to run in. I had to rush in so that many people will see me around the bus. And I had to like put my face down, like, okay, quickly start the car. I was just thinking, what's the worst thing that could happen? He might even say, come down and push it. Maybe the bus probably wouldn't start on time. I might have to push the bus probably for it to move. You know, those kind of
I
buses are
think
probably, and
I think people like that are true to who they are. You're not gonna have skeletons in your closets.
he's
You're going to.
faking it.
They are who they are. The fact that he took you to the, he was on. He took you and he got the gas. What was it? The fuel. He got the fuel. He's not trying to pretend like he's this person. He's not trying to. He's trying to just be honest with you and be
Right.
himself with you. You know,
We were
and
friends.
also
He could
treat
have
you
talked about
special.
it that he was bringing a bus, and I would tell him, you don't need to. Let's go and enter public or enter a cab. It would be
Okay,
better, you
so
know.
I understand where OJ is coming from. OJ is saying
Ah,
he could have said, "Hey, I really don't. What would you, or do you prefer? Let's talk about this. Do you prefer, I have a friend I can borrow a bus from, or we can use." Then they could have had that conversation. I get that part. Okay,
That's
I
not real
agree.
life though. If somebody wants to come pick you up on a date, they're not calling you to tell you, oh, I have a friend I want to go borrow a bus from. No, that's not something you really talk about. They take on the responsibility of doing whatever it takes to transport you from point A to point B.
Yeah,
he
And
could
but
have
I
brought
wouldn't
a
OJ
bike
said,
consult
now.
that as an
wait, but
issue
He could
to
OJ
have brought a
said,
bike.
address.
He could
but
have brought
OJ
a bike
said,
then.
you guys were friends. You guys used to play sports together, right? OJ.
Yes, yes.
Exactly. So that's the
We
point. They
met
were
the day
friends
before.
and they could have had that conversation as friends. I can see that, Mirabelle.
He's
Even
trying
though,
to
yes,
surprise her. She
yeah,
knows
but
With
he
a
doesn't have a
some,
painted
car,
bus.
and he's trying to surprise her on this date and come with a car for her. That's not something to talk
A,
about if
a
it's a kind
painted bus
gesture.
without petrol in it. Ha.
Would you have felt better if there was gas in the
He
bus?
could have
Because
he could
your
have
problem
died
is
on
not
the
the
way.
gas. Don't
I
make
would
the
have had
gas
to
the
come out to push
problem.
it. Ah. That means he wasn't even prepared.
But your problem was not the gas though. Even if there was gas in
Everything.
the bus, you're still gonna have a problem with the fact that he brought a bus. So don't put it on the gas situation. I just think it's
Mm.
good to it's good to think, it's good to look like my dad used to tell me, the more you look the less you see. It's good to look beyond what is presented to the ordinary eyes. And this
right,
is all funny, because I'm laughing, I can't hold down my laughter. But at the end of the day, just from what you have said about this person, I can tell you for free that that person is going to make a good partner to somebody.
right,
And they will
right.
have their nuances. Those are the kind of people that will also fart. Those are the kind of people that will do annoying things. They'll be
Nothing
picking
wrong
their
with
nose.
farting. We're
I'm just
human beings, we
saying,
must fart. Yeah.
no, like for OJ, it could be something wrong with that. I'm just saying, those are the kind of people that will do
On a
annoying things. The
first day,
fact
on a first couple of days, there's something wrong. Why you dey
Yeah,
fart
the
on my
fact that
phone?
the guy brought a public transportation to you and did not see the ridiculousness of it, that tells you that tells you that his social norms are not the same as the general people, where would look at it and be like, now wow, why you go carry painted bus like you called it, right? He does not see from that point of view. So those are the kind of people that will, when you call them, or maybe you're at the store, they will
Mm.
surprise you with a wheelbarrow to carry the thing, and just like they will do things that you find
They will go
embarrassing, but
above
they're
and
not trying to
beyond.
embarrass you. They're
Yeah,
just being themselves, but themselves is just some embarrassment attached to it.
yeah,
But their intentions are always genuine. They always just care. They're always like there for you. They could come, you could tell them, oh, I'm stranded in the store. This person will walk in the rain to come meet you in the store. You got me looking at him like, why you
Yeah,
did move like this? What's the
yeah.
need of walking under the rain to come here? Like, what is wrong with you? And
Mm.
and they're drenched and soaked in the rain. And
Right.
those kind of people might even be holding the umbrella for you and forget to turn it on for themselves while they're coming
Mm,
to bring it to you. And they
I
hold the
know.
umbrella and they
Mm.
walk through the rain to come hurry up and give you the umbrella. And then when you see them, they're all drenched and soaked, and you're like, are
I'm,
you okay?
I'm,
You had the umbrella. Why didn't you open it? They'd be like, oh, I
I'm
forgot.
sure. I'm
I
sure
was so
he's
in
those
a
kind of
hurry to
people
bring
that
it
will,
to you.
yeah, that will
right.
take a babe
Yeah.
out to maybe an eatery or something, and then he'll buy all the snacks and everything, drinks for the girl, and he'll buy nothing
Right.
for himself, and he'll sit down and be smiling at her because he doesn't have enough money.
Right.
Is it
Well,
by
guess
force?
what though? So OJ, Uju has a question. Were you able to tell him how you felt?
Of course.
Okay, so
I
what was
told
his
him off big
response?
time. Can't remember
Yeah, you tell him
because I
off.
didn't let him talk. I didn't even allow him talk. I gave it to him, but I just had
Hey.
to leave my area first with the boss so that people don't see us together.
Hey. Oh my God.
OJ, OJ, um,
Hmm.
I don't know. I just really feel like you gotta look beyond what is done and think about the motive behind it.
I think he was
Yeah.
just out to embarrass me. Simple.
No,
No, no,
no,
OJ, he wasn't trying to
no.
embarrass you. He really
I don't
wasn't. I,
think
I
so.
actually see,
See,
I actually see the point that Mirabel is making.
back in the
Actually, there's
days,
a
we used to
lot
go
of
to book cars together. We were still, well, we just graduated then, or we even did some sports. We visited our unit together. We used to hang out in book cars and everything. So there was nothing. He was trying to impress me or embarrass me, but I can't really understand why. But it
OJ,
was.
you cannot use impress and embarrass in the same sentence. They're
I said,
so different.
I
There's no
said either.
mistake.
I said either he was trying to impress me or he
No,
was trying to
OJ.
embarrass
Why
me.
would he?
But
When
why
you
would he
say
want to
that,
impress me when we've gone to bookers together? Do you understand? There was nothing he was supposed to prove to me.
I feel
He didn't
like
need to.
I
He
feel
didn't
like
need
he's
to.
more I feel like he's more likely wanting to impress than embarrass you. He's more likely wanting to impress you
He's
because
a
it's a
painted boss
date. You guys are going
on
on
a
a date and
Sunday
he
hot
had the
afternoon.
opportunity to get a car
Nah.
to you. So that but then when you say he might be trying to embarrass you, maybe like why would he want to embarrass you? What does he stand to gain? Because you have to ask yourself why though. If you feel that way, why would that person want to embarrass me? Like what?
I thank God my sisters didn't accompany me outside because to tell me bye or something. They would have dragged me back inside. They won't let me go. They won't let me go.
okay.
Seriously, they won't let me go.
Okay, well, that's okay. That's so everybody to each their own. It's all right, you know. Now, but thanks for bringing the laugh. So, OJ, I really appreciate that laugh. I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
I don't laugh when we do
OJ, OJ, these are the things that we see in movies. We don't think it's real. Like,
OJ likes what she likes. So, hey,
what?
it is what it is. Eh?
don't worry, I
So,
don't have any more confessions. That's enough for today.
no, your confession, eh? No, your confession had us rolling on the floor. Now, this kind of confession we dey like.
Oh,
Oh
but
my
it's all
god,
part of
OJ.
relationship now. Deal
OJ,
breakers,
you just made my evening. If someone had told me that someone would bring a boss to them, I'd be like, nah, who does
A
Please
that?
painted
allow me
boss.
to
Don't
jump in
forget.
small. I beg, allow
Okay,
me to jump
BB,
in small.
sure.
I couldn't stop rolling on the floor. I'm very busy. I wish I could be part of this, but I can't, and I can't even type. But it's very very funny, eh? And what Mirabel said is has elements of truth in it because the guy was going out of his way. But excuse me, Joe. Now I don't know where the team be happen, oh, but to say that Nigeria that the team day people they waka they come see our sister with our brother for inside bus. I beg, no girls, so let's bring it home. And
They
then
will
maybe
not
the
recognize me.
process,
They won't
eh?
believe it.
They can't recognize it. They can't say, I say, oh, we did the same school together. They say, these people don't try, you see, they don't buy bus. As they can't go for road, the bus can't spoil. And then when I hear me check am, how my sister go behave for the
So
matter?
you now say we need water for the bus. We start looking for
Oh,
people. Please give us pure water to put inside the bus.
my sister go
Then
vex
smoke
very
will
well.
start
And
coming
me
out.
self, I go follow vex for her well. Bros, you know just carry bus come. You carry bus, we don't dey takuru for road. Which waiting. How far?
Petrol no dey the bus. Petrol no dey.
Oh, I don't know that check up. Petrol no dey the bus. And then for hot afternoon Lagos sun, how far? Abba, sweat
On
dey
a
beat
Sunday.
you.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday. When people dey waka. Where people dey go?
Everybody dey house.
Oh,
Everybody dey house. Can you imagine?
wait, where everybody dey waka? People dey enjoy family time. You can't carry bus, they carry me. Only two of us for the bus, no passenger. I mean, which kind of dates be that? And on top of that, you can't go carry the go petrol. You know how Lagos petrol be. To go enter, you go enter inside petrol station. Everybody go dey look you. Say which kind of bus be this? Where on that they go? Haba. I don't want to help me check out. Did you know just jail at all? So I
See,
understand.
in a situation like that, you just make the most out of it. So
Oh,
you
see this,
pretend like you're a passenger and he's the boss
Sister
guy.
Mirabe. You're speaking some plenty phone and they try to tell you what's in the ground. In such a situation, I beg to differ. I for follow. Look, the spark go they show for my eye. You go,
No,
this
if
spark go they show for my eye. Say, I go carry eye take look. He said, "Are you weird? Are you normal? What's
no,
wrong with
if I
you?"
find myself in a situation like that, while he's taking, while we're going, I'll just lie down on the bus. That way nobody sees me.
Now you're talking. Now you're
I'll just
talking.
lie down. See, you have to always make the best out of
So,
everything.
okay, so
I will just
I
lie
have
down
a
for the
question,
bus.
though. I think I get a
Mhm.
question. Did he prepare a picnic basket? Because you know, say sometimes you go see prepare some things. Small motor no go fit carry am. You can't need to carry big bottle. And as per say, maybe Range Rover too they expensive, I be too hard to reach. You carry bus, say, okay, we go carry the chair here, we'll carry the basket here, we'll carry the ball here, you can't carry the bedu. Was that the aim of carrying the bus? Because maybe the boy had those plans so that they go one kind of nice picnic.
All
We
the
need
other
enough room to
all the
carry
other seats were empty at
everything.
the back. Oh, there were seats at the back, empty seats. So
Oh,
if any mistake, or maybe we not get money for petrol, if you just say make we just call by, just help us stretch neck, come up from bus, say Ojelegba, Oshodi straight. Thank God take camera no dey those days. They forgot snap you.
We for see you for TikTok.
Okay,
They shout for the guy ahead. We for see you
okay,
for
the conductor
Instagram.
leave.
I don't feel love.
All because I
So,
want to go out on a date. Is it my
so
fault?
at the end of the day, I beg my sister, I see your point very well. Nonsense. You
Thank
dey follow
you,
me
thank
go
you,
date. You can't carry bus
thank
come.
you.
But when you pretending to
Can you
carry my
imagine?
family to go on the date with
They
you,
tell me say the
that is
man
what
is
I just
kind.
had to say.
Mirabel,
Hey,
they
I
say the
don't
guy
love
is
tire.
kind. They whine me.
You might be let they pay me. I beg I no fit.
The guy is American now, child. He won lottery. US lottery. They American now.
You see? Is
You
this
don't
not
I
what I
never
was
marry.
saying?
I never see forgive him. Oh. I
You
never
never
see
see
forgive him.
forgive her. You don't talk to her
No.
since.
My
They try
sister,
to start me up.
you have every right not to forgive him. Nonsense. One of the things, how you want to tell your picking that kind of thing? Say there was a time I went on a date and it was
They
inside a
must not
dancing
hear. Even my
bus.
sisters must not hear. None of them. I didn't say anything. I came back home quietly. I came with cap. I didn't say anything. No. Ah, because they would have
Oh
forgiven me
my
now. I didn't
God.
tell
Where did
them.
he
Oh.
take you to? Where did you guys go?
I
See, I
can't
didn't
even
even.
remember. I was so angry. I
This
can't remember
Mirabel, because I mean,
because I just kept
Mirabel,
on
because I
I
mean,
just kept on vexing and voking and and he was acting shocked like he didn't know what to do. Can you
Hmm.
imagine?
you
So
say
that's how
was
you
acting
let
shocked.
go of a husband material.
He wasn't a
Wow.
husband material. He was just a friend who begged him to go out with him. Eh?
Is he married now?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay.
Why? He's going to be married now. That's
No
the
wonder.
kind of man a
No
lot of
wonder.
women are looking
No
for.
wonder when he got to so wonder when he got to America first time, he got three women pregnant at the same time. When he had never
Ah,
seen
ló
that
bá
freedom.
tán.
I said the guy no normal. Carry boss come pick the painted boss.
Oh my God. You know it's in there. We fit end the show now. This laugh, when I laugh, I don't make anything stay now. Hey, this is correct story. OG, thank you so much for bringing this laugh.
Hmm.
I know
You
will
just
lie
made
you.
my
I
evening.
don't
I'm not
laugh.
interested
Everybody
in
don't laugh.
anything serious. I just.
I'm telling you, nothing else to say after this. This is it all. I'm telling you. Hey, he carry,
So
he
what's
give
the
three different
lesson?
women belle. Three different as he enter America.
Don't
So what's
mind
the
him. He
Wow.
didn't
lesson
have
that we're
job. He
going to
didn't have
draw from
house.
this?
He didn't have a house. He didn't have a job. And then the women were just rushing him. They just see new cat. Jambito. The guy just come. He just a see
Hey.
three women. Follow this one. They will camp out for house. They give them food. And he had the guts to be telling me all these stories. Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
The next thing, three of them were pregnant. I don't know what happened though, because I just blanked the guy after.
Wow.
It's the naivety for me. The guy is so
Yeah,
naive,
he's
and
naive.
Yeah.
I don't even know him, but I just think he's
Free
really
house, free
naive.
food. So this one will call him, will go, they'll buy him clothes, everything. Before he finally
Um,
found the street. I don't know if he's married. I think he should be. I don't know. Anytime he sees
Wow.
me on Facebook, he's always trying to chat me up. How are you? How's everybody? How's this? I don't answer.
wow.
Oh my God. Ah, this thing you try not to forgive him, but the
Imagine.
way you take me take the
What
response, you
what
still
if
a
what if
verse.
he now decides to say, well, I want to come back and see I'm coming to the UK before he will not come with another thing again. Come and see me in the UK. Ah,
God.
once this what did they say? Once
Was beaten twice shy.
yes, thank you. Ah, no.
God.
You don't find girl
You
like
know
me.
it.
I
You know
overdress.
it.
Unfortunately, I can't overdress that day. Ah,
Oh, you can't overdress. You ready well.
yes, yes.
You wear
So be like jeans and t-shirt
better
now for better.
clothes,
I feel
bottom
just post,
box.
just use my handkerchief, tie around my ear, do like all those conductor people. I can see just blending. But I couldn't blend in. I couldn't blend in.
OJ is this you see the verse, the thing see the pain OJ, you can tell. You see the verse.
Okay, but see, you could have been overdressed and still taking public transportation. So we're
It
still
doesn't
saying the
matter.
same
We'll take a
thing.
cab. We can take a cab. I came back with a cab. Oh my, do you know
So
what they
so
will call vex
OJ,
money? You know
so
vex
Eh?
OJ,
money? Oh my, yeah. You know what they call
Yeah, what
vex
you say?
money?
Yes, you hold vex money.
I will ever. I will vex
Okay.
money
OJ,
now.
you took a
Uh-huh.
cab and this
Yeah.
person brought you in a bus. Buses are bigger than cabs. And it was just you, private service. You're the only one in the bus. The same way you're the only
I
one
know
in
say
the
Mirabel.
you dey
cab.
whine me. You dey whine me. You just dey
No, for
whine me.
real.
Mirabel, leave
No,
OJ alone.
I'm trying for us to just put things in perspective. You
You
took a
could have
cab,
said you
so
could
you did
have
not
even
take.
raised money. Throughout the day, you would have raised money. I would just be shouting, oh, Shodi, oh, Shodi. Oh, Jelekba, I will
As
raise
at
money.
least, Abby.
Now, who waste the whole space at the back? Shebi, would have filled it with passengers. People coming back from church on Sunday. I've just called passengers to raise money.
But you see,
Just,
what you did was cheaper than what he did. If
I
you had
was bold
hired a
though.
bus to bring you back, that would
I
be more
was
expensive
bold.
than taking a cab.
No, I had the money. I had the money. See, one thing with
But
me,
buses are more expensive than cabs, though. So you took a cab
no,
back. He brought you in a
no.
bus by
Hello, are you a
yourself.
Nigerian? Mirabel, are you a Nigerian?
Yes, I am.
How can you say buses are more expensive than cabs?
If somebody had to hire a bus, isn't that going to be expensive than
Higher.
hiring a
He did.
cab?
He
Isn't that
borrowed it.
bigger?
He didn't. No, no, no,
He
no, no. He
borrowed the
did.
boss, Mirabel. Mirabel, leave OJ alone. Don't
Oh
let
my
her
God.
relive
The
this
cab that
story.
you took, was it not painted?
Hey, Bami.
At least I
Hey,
paid for
Bami,
it
oh,
now. Now only me. I
Mirabel.
put the owner's corner.
But it was
I sat in
painted,
owner's
right?
corner.
But it was
I sat
painted.
in owner's. I sat in owner's corner.
but it was
Exactly. She sat
painted.
in Honor's corner. She
But
sat
it
in
was
Honor's
painted.
corner, Mirabel.
But it was painted, right?
I can't
Okay.
Does it
remember. Could have
matter?
been Kabu Kabu.
Oh, now you don't remember if your cab was painted, but remember that his boss was painted. Okay.
Oh
You
my
don't
god.
understand. Oh my, you understand. Don't worry.
I'm just messing
Mirabel
with
is
you.
pulling your
It
legs,
was
OJ.
it
Don't
was
I
mind
know
Mirabel.
good
now.
laugh.
Mirabel na troublesome, na troublemaker. Oh.
I
No
know
fall
now.
for her.
If you say now she not for enter that bus. So. If you say now
For
she, they can't
where
carry.
Mirabel. Na
No,
ma
I for
today now. No.
enter. No, I for enter the bus. I would have had a
You
really
for
good
enjoy
laugh.
the time.
Shoot, child. I would have had a
Mm.
good laugh, falling down and laugh the crap out of the bus.
If we were going out in a group, we could have had fun. But it's just me and him. It was supposed to be something semi-romantic, getting to know each other.
Yeah,
But in a bus, papa, I didn't recover
exactly.
from that shock. Oh. I vexed for the guy.
I don't blame you. No, OJ, I support you. Mirabel, oh yeah, I don't do. Leave OJ and have a
I rest
boss
my case.
story.
I appreciate the story. OJ, you don't think it's anymore that you're forgetting?
Forget what?
Is it not another story that you could
No,
share?
no more confessions for tonight. I've
No
been
more
triggered by
confession.
the boss. I've
Exactly.
been
She has been
triggered.
triggered. Doesn't want to share anymore, Mirabel. And you won't stop asking those stories and poking holes. Eh?
It was such a good laugh. I just
Are
don't want
people
it to
laughing?
end. People are dying. Yes. Who
People
wouldn't
are
laugh at
cracking
this?
up in the comment
I hope
section.
nobody knows me. Oh.
They say whether
Ah,
you be an Igbo lady. Uju they
no,
ask, are
I'm
you an
Delta.
Igbo lady?
I'm
Eh?
Delta.
She's Delta,
Delta
Uju.
Ikan.
Oh, Delta Esan, which side?
Oh yeah, I'm your sister and I don't forget. Hapa.
Okay, I
Isha
remember. No
now.
best. I remember.
Onegbe. Ufure.
Onegbe
Now your
Ofure.
sister and
That's
I they use
right,
bus
girl.
come pick up. Oh. You not fight for me. Like maybe they say maybe they use what do they call that thing? Something napep. What do they call them? Keke napep.
Keke na pep.
I want
Keke
Okada
na
now.
pepe. Abite kola. Oh my god. This is hilarious. But anyway, make I wrap this thing up. I say 1.5. Now don't make me day almost 2 hours. So at the
2 hours.
end
Ah.
of the day, yeah, it almost reached 1. Now. Everybody was laughing. All the laugh. People don't forget waiting time be. At the end of the day, materialism not help anybody. Anyway, to each his own. But whatever you are looking for, make sure say it go make sense to you. Make sure say na something wey you go fit sustain, because whatever choice you make, you have to live by it. And not be only material things. Not being person need to look out for, especially with a man. Please, if you want to be with someone, look beyond the physical. Yes, you are attracted to what you're attracted to. After you're attracted to the person, what are the core things that you're looking for? You want somebody that will give you the ultimate is peace of mind, because everybody comes with their own issues. So you're not gonna meet anybody perfect, and they're not going to meet you as a perfect person. But above all, do you have peace with the person? If the person they fat for your front, are you at peace with it? You understand? If the person they eat and the food they fall come off from the mouth, are you at peace with it? At the end of the day, that's what you need to ask yourself. So if you are running after all the material things and you ignore that very fact, that important element of it, which is the peace of mind, you may have missed it all, because when you go they chop correct uh, uh, um, correct abuse for that relationship, you don't have anybody else to blame. So you can chase the money, chase all the material things you want. If you're not at peace, problem. So peace now be number one. If money come with them, wonderful. But you can make your own money too. There's so many ways to make money now. So many. People are making them, literally, people are becoming millionaires every day. Literally. So choose your fight. Know that you're not going to meet anybody perfect, and don't base your choices just on only on the physical. Let me give you time for you guys to round up so that we can go. Mirabel, I'll start with you so that we can go.
Well, I'm gonna conclude by saying materialism is not the presence of money or wealth, it's the pursuit of money and wealth. And a lot of the times, the people with the least money are the most materialistic. A lot of the people that pursue all of this, you know, financial stuff, all of this designers bag, all of this stuff, and they always want the newest version of them. They're the people that are the most materialistic, and that's because they don't have it. So they continue pursuing it and they never get it. And that's why we're always talking about how people are saying about Simon Cowell wears only white t-shirt. The people that actually have it, they don't have the need to continue to pursue it. But the people that don't have it are always, a lot of the times, are always in the race to get it. And a lot of the time, the race ends badly. We always say all of the time, be content. Contentment is key. When we're content with what we have materially, we're not in a situation of putting ourselves in pressure, putting ourselves in situations where we have to constantly pursue these things and make these things priorities in a partner, make this thing priorities in whatever relationship we want to go out there to create. This brings to mind something that I'm trying to think about the guy Adekule Gold sang it in a song. He said, "Money not they bring happiness, but now
Yes.
when I get money, I realize I no be hypocrite. I dey pray make you get your own."
Hmm.
Sometimes, a lot of the time, we always say it. We quote the Bible talking about Solomon when he says everything is vanity and is striving after
Mm-hmm.
wings. But a lot of the times, people don't realize it until they get there. People don't realize it until they've gone through all of the pains that the pursuit of materialism bring. And then when they have gotten burnt or when they have got into the repercussions, then they come back and then they say, oh, you know, they help her, and then they say, all of this is vain. But a lot of the time they don't listen to everyone else saying it. Some people unfortunately have to learn the hard way. They have to experience, the downside of what being materialistic can come with. And we hope that, it's none of us, and we hope that people start learning more from other people's experience rather than having to, go through it or having to learn the hard way.
Thank you so much, Mirabel. That was so well said, man. Thank you for that wisdom. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Mirabel. Even though you are troublesome, always looking for trouble up and down the place. I don't know. I still love you. Whether you like it or not, God must bless you. Thank you, my love.
I
Take
love
care and
you.
have a great night.
Thank you, and you all too.
Thank you. So,
Good night.
OJ, good
Ah,
night.
night.
OJ,
Mirabella
yeah,
said it
give me
all.
your rounding up comments. Oh, yeah.
Mirabella said it all. Mirabella said it all.
Yes.
It's just the normal thing. We should just try to live, um, try not to live a fake life. Try to be yourself. Try to understand that whatever you do or say, people are observing. The young ones are observing. People are copying. People are just getting carried away by what they see around them. You know, it goes a long way when you do certain things and not understand the consequence of it. People around you observing you and they would want to copy. So if you're
Yeah.
faking it, they will think, oh yeah, just do this or do those little things, and then you can also live a fake life. Try and be
Yeah.
yourself. Communicate positively to people around you, even if it's just a simple hi or hello. It goes a long way at the end of the day. People are going through a lot of mental stress without knowing, and all these things we see all around on the internet. Even we, the adults, are even in shock each time we see some clips and skits all around what's
Mm-hmm.
happening back home, the stress, the hunger, the poverty, and everyone now has a mobile phone. So before you say anything, people are just on the internet, they know what's happening, and you find out that bad news travels faster than than good
Good
news.
news. Mm-hmm.
So we just have to be careful what we put out there and try to think outside the box when certain things happen. Why are these things happening? What can we do? What role can we play? You know, to make things right. And it starts from just one or two people talking about certain things, saying this thing is not right. You know, and then trying to educate our kids at home, our friends' kids, our neighbors. Talk to people, and we find out that with time things might get better. Just have to have hope and believe in ourselves.
Thank you so much, OJ. Thank you for bringing the laughs. Hey, everybody was reeling today. Even me, I did laugh. I not fit control myself. I had to go on mute and laugh very well. It was really thanks for sharing your story. Honestly, you really
Thank you
you make
too.
everybody laugh. I made it laugh. Thank you so much for your support. We go
Thank
talk
you.
another time now. Yeah.
All right
Thank you.
then.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
night.
Are
Take
you
care, love.
today? Bye.
Bye. So, guys, we have come to the end of the show. Good night, Celine. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. You've heard it all. We'll keep, you know, bringing the videos as we see fit, so we can continue to address this. But let's normalize calling out these big influencers. Let's really normalize it, because whether we like it or not, they have a platform that can reach millions, and we need to be able to put things in place. If there's no social media checks in Nigeria or whatever, we need to be helping them put stuff in check by calling them out, because it's ridiculous. Where in the generation we're in now, we're breeding all manner of things, which is not anything that I'm familiar with. I've never heard it before. It doesn't feel like the Nigeria I grew up in. So let's try and change the narrative as much as we can. So thank you everyone for coming in tonight. Thanks for I really thoroughly enjoyed this show. I laughed so much. I'm telling you. Yes, so well, may we all have many more to laugh about in future. Absolutely. Thank you, Gravitas. Everyone, BB, thank you, my love. I hope you have a wonderful night. Take care of yourself. Eunice, thank you very much. I love you all, and I'll see you on my next one. Or if you're catching this on replay, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. I love to read the comments, and thank you once again. Bye.